So 2018, Chicago rapper Calboy blew up off his breakthrough hit Envy Me. We all know this song. It was followed up by a very well received project, and overall, his rap career seemed very promising. From songs like Adam and Eve to Unjudge Me, he had a wide range of music, and the mainstream's era on lock. Calboy was going up and up, although that superstar exposure wouldn't last very long. And throughout all of this hype and downfall, he had been signed with Polo Grounds Music and RCA Records, which is a very known label with a lot of big names. Although, based on how his music career has played out, man, it leads me to say that the label's responsible for this downfall. Because we know if you sign the wrong deal and they don't let you be yourself or just drop when you really want to, then in most cases, there's no sympathy from the public. We don't even know. If we see a rapper fall off and it has nothing to do with the music quality, it could be the quantity, the marketing, that they simply got overshined, or like we're talking about the label. So let's not waste any more time. When talking about Calboy, was it solely the label or was it something on Calboy's part as well? Well, let's get right into this. He blew up in 2018, and at the time of Envy Me, he just broke through the mainstream after solidifying hype for the past 2 years. And he would follow up with a few more hit songs and singles, going on to his first album since becoming a mainstream artist, which was Wild Boy. And the future was looking bright, but little did we know 2019 would be his analytical peak, despite, like I said earlier, his music quality never declining. But when talking about his prime, 2018-19, that's when his numbers were popping and he first signed. So what happened after 2019 causing this to be his last year with a real Billboard viral song? Well, let's talk about 2020 and what happened. His music was improving, and he showed that 2 months into 2020, dropping his 6-song EP featuring artists such as Lil Baby, Lil TJ, G Herbo was on it. Those are all mainstream rappers, and this EP would do very well. No major hits, but Barbarian with TJ got a lot of streams, and I think it has 15 mil on YouTube, and then other songs would also be enough to keep his name relevant. And 5 months after, he would release another 6-song EP, labeling it the deluxe of his previous EP, and overall combined for the second project since his mainstream exposure. And just like the previous 6-song EP, this would do well, but nothing too crazy to really bring him to the next level. Although the songs on it were all solid, the features on it were solid, and Calboy just kept showing how filthy he is. He's just so good at flowing on a beat. He's very similar to Dirk, but that's just because the Chicago and the autotune preset they use. His ability to flow isn't like any of these other artists. But this project still reached who it needed to, and people were still rocking with Calboy. But as the end of 2020 started coming around, I noticed something that would lead me to believe the label has a lot to do with this downfall. I want to call this the first red flag I seen, because as the year was ending, there was a song he released that a few months prior, I remember it going like crazy on TikTok. Now, as all of us know, TikTok is the secret behind these charting songs. And in a situation where the artist takes too long to drop and the hype dies, we know that's solely to blame for the label, and they weren't letting them drop it until a specific day. And with that happening with Calboy, when it finally came out, it still got 3.6. That's a lot of views, although with the traction it was getting on TikTok, this could have been a perfect opportunity to get his second wave of hype. Because I'm not lying when I say most songs Calboy has dropped are worthy of being Billboard songs. His quality, his production, all of it has stepped up. It's really just a matter of if people tune in. But sadly, in the end of 2020, the song wouldn't react how TikTok originally made it seem. And that's because people aren't listening to a song on TikTok that's viral because they fuck with that song. It's just viral. Everybody's using it. So with that said, people aren't just listening to the music on TikTok. Nah, they're watching that shit in a video. If there's a trend and that shit died out, you drop the song after that trend has died out, it's just not gonna go crazy in numbers. And that actually happened twice in his career, but you know we're gonna get into that in a minute. Now, it was clear by 2021 that his label had really just not been focused on Calboy's marketing, because with his music still being top tier, it was strange to see how separated he became in 2021. Now, of course, he stayed away from drama and didn't really involve himself in the media enough to even be involved in the media, but his fan base was there, and it's still here to this day, so he always has that. But even his fans right now know how truly underrated he is. And to add on to why he's underrated, he even produces his own beats. That's a true artist. And I'm talking him up so much because I truly believe that he could have a Dirk career. We knew how Dirk came in the game, popped off, kind of fell off, and then look at him now, the face of the industry. Literally beefing with Youngboy, just sold 150K. But anyways, let's continue. So what happened in 2021 that caused more belief about the label being the issue in Calboy's career? And despite having an amazing year in music, working with some real dope artists that I'll talk about in a minute, man, there was just no marketing behind Calboy. Starting off the year with a beatbox challenge that once again it got 2.2 million views, which is good, but that's his real fan base. I remember everybody doing these beatbox challenges, but I don't remember nobody talking about Calboy. And as 2021 kept going, man, it really seemed like bro was shadow banned. His next song he would drop after that would just be an audio, and it only got 200k views. Now of course every artist has songs that don't do that well, and the audios always do less than the music videos, but it just became a pattern in his career that the music videos always get over a million, but the audios are only getting 200k, 300k. In modern day it's even lower now. And as the year would go on, he would continue making his real fans proud, but it just wasn't getting the mainstream attention it deserved. And what really makes me say that is the fact that he had a song with Lil Wayne that year. So you can imagine how big this song should have been. It was actually a very good song too. I'm not just saying this, you're gonna go listen and be like, this is trash. Nah, it was a good song. Wayne actually went crazy on it too. But with the little marketing behind it, it just didn't chart or make the billboards despite being a very underrated song. Now at this point, Calboy needs something. And once again, another opportunity crossed his path. With his song She Knows going viral on TikTok before it was released, you can imagine where this is going. Calboy dropped a series of music videos over the span of March to September. Now all of these songs once again reached his real fan base, but just weren't expanding outside of that. And the craziest part is, throughout that whole span, this audio was going crazy on TikTok, and he finally would release it, She Knows, and it would only get 1.6 million views. He even produced this song himself. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say that's bad, because we know that's still good views, but man, with TikTok promoting it, it just is like that could have been another breakthrough hit. And the fact that the label's dates for dropping music have affected his career and status so much shows you how dirty and wrong the labels did Calboy. But just wait, because it gets even worse. Despite dropping amazing music his whole career, he came out in an interview in 2022 saying that his label is treating him like a slave. He hasn't been paid in 4 years. Also claiming that he didn't make a single dollar off his biggest song, Envy Me, which happens to be his only Billboard hit. And that's just crazy. For him not to have made any money, despite countless semi-viral songs, an organic fan base, and a Billboard charting song, that's just insane. Wasting 2 opportunities of going TikTok viral, letting a Wayne feature go over people's heads, and just overall letting the media sleep on Calboy, it's truly a shame. Now although this is no sad ending, because Calboy is no longer signed and is an independent artist. And let me say right now, his fan base, despite not reaching a global superstar status, he has more than what you need to have a successful independent artist career. And his numbers in the perspective of an independent artist is totally different than somebody trying to compete for mainstream fame. Because Calboy's got a real fan base. Like I said, he's got that Dirk vibe, but only thing I see similar to Dirk about him is the auto-tune preset and the possibility that bro could come back and take over once again. I wouldn't count it out, but we're just gonna have to let time tell. It's been your boy 10 Souls, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.
Introducing New Starry Lemon Lime Soda. It's different.